Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though.
Ooh la la, we
She like,
ooh la la, we
they go,
ooh la la, we
like,
ooh la la, we
okay,
ooh la la, we
okay, ooh la la.
we
She like, ooh la la, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then come on in by all means. Over here, we deal with sports, hip hop, interviews, Popavisms 101, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit and hit stage left, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos. And if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. Y'all know how we do. And you know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Because, like, when you hear stuff like this, like, it just saddens the heart and it makes you think of, like, what can we really do? And it's mental health, real mental health. You know what I mean? And this is obviously dealing with the story coming out of New York and the Bronx. Unfortunately, you know, some dude killed his kid's mother and the child. I believe that the lady name is Gabrielle Nunez, and a 6-year-old daughter. So the dude that did this allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, they found him dead. Like he killed himself, offed himself after off them. And condolences and prayers to their family. Obviously this is a tough thing to be going through. You hear the mom say she had much promise, and the dad wanted them to do a what you call it, a wellness call or whatever, and then come to find out something like this. You want to say, like, when you hear statements like you think she was going to turn up dead or something bad was going to happen, you say, what was the signs? What was the triggers? What was the thing that I could have seen maybe to prevent this? And then obviously mental health is a big issue in New York, as I'm sure it is with a lot of people. And even before this story came out a couple days ago, I was coming back from the gym, like hip hop, motivate. You know what I mean? Like trying to stay out the washing machine. And this dude was coming out of the hospital, and there was a man in the street with the shopping cart and some bags. But it looked like he was trying to jump in front of the, you know what I mean? So it made me look with the side eye, like, what is you doing? Then obviously you go to, like, oh, he probably got mental health issues, like a lot of people you see. And so being how he was coming behind me, I just threw out there, like, we starting to see a lot of people like this, more and more, to me, seem like. Some people been around for a while, like I told y'all. You know what I mean, there's some people been around doing the same, behaviors for a long time. But in my opinion, you are seeing it more. And so he was like, yeah, you know what I mean, with scrubs on. And I'm like, kind of makes you think like they doing this shit, like in the hospitals, like, you know what I mean? That's where I was going with it. And he just kind of was like, you know what I mean? And you have a good day, you stay at woo woo woo. But, to the Nunez family, it's just like, damn, what would lead you to do something like that? It gotta be mental health. Because you're not in your right mind. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what she could have done, maybe, kind of, sort of, allegedly, to get on your nerves, you off your meds. You know what I mean? Is the meds making people do this shit? And then, I compare it to, I don't compare it to, but I think of other parents, we see it more now, take their kid's life or vice versa. When I think of the lady who took, I'm not sure if it was 6 kids or 4 kids, but she took all of her kids to the bathroom and drowned them. You know what I mean? One by one. And it's like, damn it, man, didn't it take your life or whatever? You know what I mean? So I think what can be done? I mean, obviously, I've been inside. Well, that's the closest I've been out here. You see him and you keep it moving. You know what I mean? If you're from a big city or whatever, you just keeping it moving, and then you don't determine whether they got mental health or they just homeless. Because a lot of them be out there fresh. Some of them, you know what I mean? Standing there, open the door at your local Dunkin' Donuts, like, yo, let me get $1. Let me get 50 cents. Let me get a coffee. Let me get woo woo. So you gotta say, mental health, or they just want to be out here. Some of them do just, or whatever their circumstances is. You look at the YouTube, you see different people giving their story, like it can happen to you know what I mean? And it can, all right? So we in the end game because of that. You know what I mean? Like, prayers to them, and obviously they need to be housed. I think that's one of the solutions, getting them off the street. But in this case, this is domestic kind of mental health, so it all rolls into one. The job they've been doing thus far, obviously, I don't think it's working. I hope I'm never homeless, and I hope I never go in the hospital one way, come out, and now I'm a mental health case. You know what I mean? Walking up the street doing some crazy shit, or in turn go home, kill somebody I love. You know what I mean? So, we also in the end game because CaLviN, RidLeY, you know what I mean? Atlanta Falcons, you know what I mean? ATL in the house, one of my favorite spots. He gets suspended, you know what I mean? Adam Schefter, report today, he's the NFL man. And I want to talk about this for a few reasons. One is fucking up the bag, you know what I mean? And then you think of other NFL players that seem to go awry, you know what I mean? In this case here, obviously he was away last year. Personal reasons, mental health reasons, not really football related, no injuries. Supposed to be coming back this year. Then it comes out that he bet $1,500. Now I'm like, 15 hundo. You seen a little, you know what I mean? 15 hundo. To possibly lose, I think, 8 million. And I could be misquoting, I can look it up. Y'all can go look it up. I know he gonna lose out on his salary for this year. And then he tweeted out, like, yo, I don't have a gambling problem or an addiction. I just bet $1,500. And it's like, damn. NFL, y'all in bed with DraftKings, with Caesars and my Caesars Sports app. Like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And y'all got the DraftKings and the FanDuel commercials. This shit is faster than, you know what I mean? Ali, rest in peace. You know what I mean? Like, hit the light switch, you know what I mean? When he did the joke, like, I bet I can do it, you know what I mean? And yeah, they hitting us every commercial was, you can, you know what I mean? Make it rain and all this other bubblegum shit. I get the rules is the rules is the rules is the rules. And you better not cross that gun line, boss. Otherwise, one of your ass. Cool. It's not like he was betting on himself. It's not like he had any determining factor on the game. He just had a little couple of parlays like I did tonight. Yeah, Golden State, good looking. That's why you see the hat right there. And obviously I'm rocking the New York hat because New York done won 2 in a row. Like, is New York in the house? Is Brooklyn in the house? Uptown in the house? Like Shallon, are you in the house? Shout out to everybody in Staten Island. I mean, Wu-Tang, love the kids. Rest in peace, ODB. Right? You know the rules, so you break them, you have to deal with the repercussions. However, y'all in bed with them. So just like beer, you know what I mean? And obviously liquor is legal, but gambling is legal now too. Not in every state, but in, you know what I mean? And a few now. And New York being the latest. Sure it's not gonna be the last. The spot hit a nigga on the bat line like, yo, we open today, right? Nigga, Mission Impossible. That feeling, like, you know what I mean? Real quick though, you know what I mean? We live, I mean, we rolling, we unscripted, we all, you know what I mean? No, that's the wrong button. It's the wrong button. Later. This is what I want to show right here. You know what I mean? Little Lightington. We had what the betting history? Had Golden State tonight, 1 pick. Then I had them on a parlay. Little top right there. You know what I mean? Little 1 pick. Got mad bets though. You know what I mean? We going. I mean, this shit is online now. And like I said in the other video, just because it's legal now, if you ain't been betting, you know what I mean? Like, stay out the hood because you wouldn't want to, you don't want to just jump on these joints and lose your shirt. But speaking of betting, that's why when I say, I'm like, dang, yes, he should be fined, penalized. Do I think he should lose a whole year for betting 1,500? I'm sure they could track it, and even if that's not really the case, the whole thing is, with Pete Rose, obviously for baseball, never made it to the Hall of Fame. He was betting on games that he was managing that you having an impact on. So that's much different than you saying, "Oh, I like I like Brooklyn tonight." Like, yeah, Brooklyn is in the building today. Yeah, they got their victory today. Kyrie went off. We had Brooklyn. We had John Morant. We had Golden State. And who was the fourth one? Cleveland. Right? Cleveland, this is for you. We had Cleveland. We had a nice little quick 4 parlay. But you betting on some parlays, you don't have no direct impact on the game. Yet you suspended for a whole year? Like, that's just came down hard with the hammer. You know what I mean? You are not worthy. Came down hard with the hammer, Roger Goodell. And then, in the letter that they sent to him, they're like, we take integrity of the game very seriously, and that's the most prized possession of the game. But we know this shit is on the back line. Like, we know this shit is rigged. This shit is rigged. You know what I mean? Or shit is scripted. You know what I mean? And obviously it'd be some spectacular, nail-biting, exhilarating endings. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you win. Because that's your money, son. Yeah, it's your money. It's unfortunate when you see people like him, breaking the little rules, coming through this. Like, you know what I mean? And real quick update with the Brittany Griner. Obviously, she got bagged up in February out there in Russia, but she was going out there to work, handle business, and then coming back. I didn't know they'd go over there, but I seen some news that splashed across, and apparently because they don't make that much money in the WNBA, niggas not really checking for that shit. Ladies, I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't know no chicks that be turning on the game like, yo, put the sparks on. Like, negative. And I'm sorry that it's like that, but it is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. I don't watch it. I mean, it's just not exciting for me. But even just in general. So they losing. They taking the L. Like, you know what I mean? Taking the L. NBA, first, they subsidize that league. So I respect it though. You an athlete, you got talents. You like, they not really paying me worth pennies here at all. I'm risking my body, I'm putting it all on the line. I'm in tip-top shape and I'm one of the best. Like, I get it. So you go over there. And apparently Russia has enough to pay them $1 million. So it's a few players that go over there after the season or whatever. You say for a few months, I can make $1 million, and then I seen something with the base salary or somebody like her was probably just making only $300,000. And that's a lot of money, you know what I mean? But you said not for a high performing, athlete, you know what I mean? In today's times in America, like, you know what I mean? This is America. Don't get you slipping. Police be tripping. Like, you know what I mean? They should be getting paid more than that, in my opinion. But if the money is not there, then therefore you cannot get blood out of a rock. You can't. You have to accept it, or otherwise you're not paying attention to the facts and you blind to see. She was over there for business, coming back. Have been going over there a few times, obviously, you know what I mean, since 2016, I believe. So that's 6 years, or coming up on. Why you got that though? Coming back to the States, knowing you got to get through customs, how long you been doing it. And something I seen, I'll be in the comments, yes, running through these YouTube streets, slide across these social media platforms. And they should have never let me. Yeah, kid. That feeling, they should have never let me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video if you fuck with the channel. Why are you doing that? And I said something in the other video. I'm like, you got a couple dollars. Are you making $1 million a year? Plus your 3 hundo? Like, you doing pretty good. 1.5, no names, like, know what I mean? Cereal's clean. You don't trust me? Well, you know why. We're not supposed to trust anybody in our business. Purple Tape reference. Ghost and Raid, classic. I love that album. 1 point, you know what I mean? 3, you know what I mean? You doing all right. And obviously expenses, you got a wife, etc. But my whole thing is, why are you doing it? Now, maybe you did it before, and I get it. You know what I mean? When you on that I-95 and you taking those chances, like, you know what I mean? Glove compartment is locked, so is the trunk in the back, and I know my rights, so you're going to need a warrant for that. Like, you know what I mean? I know what it's like, you know what I mean? You doing it once, you doing it, you getting comfortable. Or you just getting lax, and it's like, I'm gonna take this chance. Fuck it, I'm Brittany Griner. They ain't gonna fuck with me. Whoop whoop, tallest person in the building, and then you got people in the media over here. You know, we at war now. Now, like, there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Right, it's a war going on outside, over there, and you happen to be American, and it's sanctions and shit now, and like it's politics as usual. This shit's deeper than rap. And shout outs to Big. We're gonna talk about BIG in a minute. Like, it's, you know, it's the day he died, and this is the day, you know, I have so many memories from this day. But in a second, we don't know what the fuck is gonna be going on when it comes to the war and the men in power, when they want to play chess with people and do things. You know, they have the power and influence to move cities and press the button. You know what I mean? I George Bush the button, like Nas said. And then it's over. So you over there, it's a lot of politics going on. There's communications is down, Facebook, a lot of sanctions again. Her family is coming out, and people are just saying it's because of agenda, it's because of this, it's because of that. We don't know how she's being treated. Hopefully she's being treated fairly, and they're not doing her dirty. You know what I mean? I definitely know what it's like to be behind enemy lines, or play, even though you put yourself, because that's what people want to say the most, you know, the most time. And it's just real quick to that. But nobody told you to run, man. Nobody told you, but you should just do your time, and none of the extra activities should be going on. We know it's a lot of fuckery going on behind, because it's like people can do what they want. People that come to work there every day, you choosing to go out your way. Just come do your job. Everybody's following the rules. That should be that. When you go out your way to punish when somebody's already being punished, now you're taking shit into your own hand, and you get what you get. You know what I mean? You get what you get. So hopefully she's being treated, you know what I mean? Being treated well. Or just as a regular prisoner with no prejudice, because she's American, because she's a basketball player, and because she's part of the LGBTQ, you know what I mean? Community. You know what I mean? Big. I mean, like, so I was in Comstock when Big died, and you know, for the most part, obviously life cut short. But this is the day that he's remembered. The radios rock out, you know what I mean? And it's been long time coming since Big passed, and a slew of other rappers, you know what I mean? When you go back, but Big obviously is considered the best, the greatest all time for most. I think that opinion has dived a little bit, because it's like you out of sight, you out of mind, and because of the 2 albums and the little remix and stuff, and the body of work was just so great. His impact lasted for a while long, and it probably continued to will. Obviously, you got the, you know what I mean, who's the best MCs? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Those 2 icons, those 2 legends are still living. And, you know, they rap about him. Everybody rap about him. And again, you know, like when a lot of these, you know, entertainers, people that, you know, came and changed the game, obviously Big is definitely an icon. But is he top 5 still, dead or alive? Or is he top 10? Still got him best number 1 overall? I don't. You know what I mean? I did a video, you know what I mean, on who I think is the best. I think Nas is the best. I think Hov. But I don't got Big as 3. Like I said, obviously, you know, you do the shoulda, woulda, couldas if he still was around, competition, what type of beautiful music, you know what I mean, we would have heard from Big, you know what I mean? But because it was cut short and there's only a small body of work now, when you see Hov put out Wild albums, Nas put out Wild albums, Jada put out Wild albums, KRS-One, 25 albums, like, yeah. And this, you know what I mean, the list could go on, even Snoop and just so many, even Rick Ross probably got like 6, 7 quality, 5 quality albums. Busta, mad albums. Pun, obviously, only those 2 albums like Big, even though Big was the double, so it's really like he got 3. Lil Wayne, mad albums. Drake, mad albums. And you could go with the Quint Miller, right? And you know what I mean, or wherever you put him at. But some of the people of the last 10 years, 12 years, they got, yeah, 10 years, 12 years maybe, got him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, draft day, Johnny Manziel, 5 years later, I'm out of man still. Like, so he's been putting his impact on the game a lot. So a lot of people do got him as number one. I know it was a thing where people was like, if you was on the island, who would you choose? Even Pop got way more albums than Big. You know what I mean? Way more albums. And which one was the double? Was All Eyes on Me, or was the other one double cassette? A double cassette. You know what I mean? And shit, Nas keep dropping. Just came with the King's Disease too. Then did the other joint where he talking about Max B on the hook and all that, the wavy shit. But I still got big top 10. You got Jada, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You got a slew of rappers, Scarface, you know what I mean? That just mad bodies of work. And obviously, if you fuck with the channel, you know, in my opinion, like when it go with the verses, certain songs is 5-year songs. Like just in the NBA, like when they asked last year when Giannis, it's his rings, it's his one ring, better than Kevin Durant's 2 rings. And I'm like, yeah. Certain bodies of work is different. Certain restaurants is different. Certain steaks is different. Certain, I mean, woo, just hit different. There's levels to it. It really is. So one of my songs could be 10 of your songs. You could have a long catalog, but with these artists that I'm mentioning, the Nas, the Hoes, you know what I mean? The Busters, the Scarfaces, the Waynes, their bodies of works is crazy. And it's extensive. So therefore it shortens your joint. It's like, yeah, you did Training Day. Let's just say if that was his only joint. And then you got Will. Now I play Muhammad Ali. I did King Richard. I did, you know what I mean, Men in Black. I did so many more. It's like, your joint is up there. But I got joints that's hitting hard like that too, and more. So you can't compete. So in that sense, I mean, you know, obviously with the Bad Boy, you know, they kept Big alive. He one of our greats, like B.I.G. G.I., you know what I mean? AKA B.I.G. Get it? Biggie. And one of my favorites is, you know what I mean, Party and Bullshit. Obviously, Suicidal Thoughts, you know what I mean? And Who Shot You? Separate the Weak from the Opposite, you know what I mean? Them Brooklyn streets, it's on, nigga. And, you know, I could quote Big all day. When I'm in the treadmill and in the gym, I'm definitely rocking out the Big. He's one of them. But not top 5, not no more, not in my book, not even top 3, like, you know what I mean? And it's not obviously from falling off, like Ho said, fell from top 10 to not mention at all, to your Bodyguards Uchi Wally verse better than yours. Like, matter of fact, you had the worst flow on the whole fucking song. Like, shots fired, Hovey, baby. Definitely number 2, or Nas number 1. You know what I mean? But it's just for the fact, and it's not because of that. It's just because your songs is old now. Like, you know what I mean? Armed and Dangerous. Can't too many of them bang with us. Straight up, we know what I mean? Labeled us Notorious. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's just, they just old now. They just so like 96ish. You know what I mean? And obviously, Big died in 97. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was in Comstock. Like, damn it, man. Listening to the double CD. Like, they killed Big. Like, you know what I mean? And so it is what it is. You know, you was just tuned in. POPAVIST. POPAVIST TV. That's the show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted. So I like to do what I do over here. You know what I mean? Shout outs to what you do over there. We authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.